Hello, Scarbo. How are you?
Very well, thanks. MD, how are you?
I'm good. Guess who we have here today?
Well, today we've got Vet and Moonkey from the Shrooms, our very first people who've joined us.
Our first guest, Monkey and
Our first guest,
Vet.
Vet.
Hello, guys.
Yep.
Hey
Hey
guys,
guys, what's up? How's it going?
Good. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for
I'm
joining
glad.
us.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
No
no
worries.
problem. We're excited to have you. You guys gonna introduce yourselves?
Vet, you can go first.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'm Vet. I go by Vet, and I'm a community member, and I'm involved in being primarily also mod at xSHROOMS, and been a lurker in several discords and on Twitter.
Gotta
So,
do some lurking, buddy.
right.
And Monkey, I'm also a moderator in Shrooms and in other discords, and I'm here to share about the project and about NFTs in general.
Excellent. So, Shrooms, xSHROOMS, sorry. So, how did it start? What's it about?
Tell us a little bit about how it all came together, like your founder, Jabsi, right? Tell us a little bit about, in general, about the project and how it all got started.
Sure, I can start. So actually, I found Shrooms when he had only like 7 followers on Twitter. So
Oh, wow.
it was getting started. I was actually the first person to join the Discord, and
Wow.
and as soon as I joined, I noticed that the Discord was extremely well organized. Like you could see that Jepsy, who is the artist, had done a lot of work and have done a lot of preparation. Um, because once you join, you could see like he had like an information tab where he will have like the white paper, the roadmap. Uh, he had the website ready, so it was really impressive because at that time I don't think any project was as prepared. I do know other projects that were doing really well as well, but I hadn't seen such preparation from day one, so that was really impressive for me. I also really love the art. Yeah.
Good. Vet?
Yeah, so kind of similar story. I joined probably 50 or 100 members later. Same like at the Twitter account. For me, it was like at the time, back then, many people that joined right now the community are maybe kind of curious how it was back then. Back then, it probably was like everything is a rug. Everything is a rug.
Whenabouts was that? Like a year ago?
It feels like
Everything's a rug.
It feels like ages for sure. But it was like in mid-October. We're speaking like 15th, between the 15th and 18th.
6 months ago, about.
Yeah, it's been a long time since that. And like this was like 2 weeks after around, I think, the Xpunks launched, and so this was like very euphoric time, and people was like thinking, this is just a flash in the pan, and everything will just go under, and so everything is a rug basically.
XRP was a scam.
Yeah, and because a lot of people joined, not only from the XRPL community, but also from other communities or other blockchains, but because they saw that there's money around.
I mean, it was a brilliant idea, right? Because they started doing the IOU concept, right? Bringing out a token as an IOU for an NFT to be swapped for, which was a pretty brilliant idea because you could get started building a community way before anything was actually built, right? So, which was also great because it gives you a lot of lead time to grow the community and everything.
I mean, I think it's definitely interesting how that idea came together. Like, I'm curious actually how this idea really came together. I would say like, probably they just had the good idea to bring this up and to do this. Right now it's like the thing to complete first on that. So then I saw basically the Twitter account from Jabzy, and I saw his claims, and that he was to that time, and still probably he's the first guy or among very few guys and girls that a person with an actual degree in art who's doing NFTs, and this kind of impressed me because I was like, oh, cool. That guy knows what he's talking about when he talks about art. So I'm interested. So I joined the Discord, and I was very impressed by how active they were, like Jabzy and Lord Red, his buddy. And so they were very active, and like a good vibe community. It was just chatting, and he was always keeping up with us. Like at the time, he was like saying, yeah, I'm doing right now the white paper. This week I'm doing the white paper, new website and stuff like this, and now I'm going for a run, and then I come back and work later. So he was like always keeping us up to date, and good community.
And he will do it really fast. He will say, like, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna do this, and it will get done.
See, I think that's very important that they talk with the community rather than just let the community get on with it. You need interaction of them.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of it, especially with IOU, because it is a big risk.
Yeah.
Because you could buy it and then there's nothing there. Well, I've just
you can get rug pulled easily. I mean, it happens.
You can get rug pulled easily.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of trust needed when doing it.
And he kind of got a lot of trust very, very fast, and this was like kind of impressive, very impressive. And it was like, okay, wow, because at that time it was at the same, I think in the same week, or maybe the week before, a week later, there was like the OG rug. The OG rug is XCOW. So this is like the OG rug. Everyone remembers XCOW and like all this other shit going to do it.
Right.
It was hilarious.
There was a lot of trust lines being set up everywhere and rugs all over the place. It
was amazing. Like it was just so low effort. Like right now, rugs are way more. They put way more effort in. They have to need a Discord. They launch a pre-sale. They engineer all these things until they finally rug.
Right. There's a lot more work they have to do now.
Yeah. People got smart about checking and looking into the projects, right?
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
Wow. You don't know,
it's like the culture evolved and now have higher standards.
Yeah.
Expectations.
Yeah. And to say also with xSHROOMS there is we talked about risk. The thing is, he never did a pre-sale, and even like if I mentioned like one pre-sale that I was interested in back then, or looked into it, like I know a lot of people that also looked into it. It was Junkies, but even that pre-sale, it was like 15 XRP, 15 XRP.
Yeah.
Yes, and right now the risk is way higher. People doing pre-sales for 200, 300, 400 XRP. It's insane, like insane. So,
I mean, you'd have to be mad, wouldn't you, Vet, to go into a pre-sale of 200 odd XRP. There'd have to be something wrong with
There's no point. There's really no point.
Like, just imagine once it gets to the marketplace, like you have to sell it for at least that amount.
Yeah. And the chances of it still being what you got in at pre-sale is going to be pretty slim. And then you're going to get the moaners. Well, I brought in at 200 and now we're at 100. But it's a rug.
Let me ask just for everybody to know, do the xSHROOMS have an IOU token?
They have an IOU token, yes.
So you can buy the token right now?
You can buy the token. It's on a Twitter page. There's a Linktree with, a link to the DEX. There's a link to the Discord. Happy to join, where you're invited everyone to join the Discord and hang out with us. And there's also all sort of there's also the reference to the link to the we made we did raise some money for donating to the XRPL Foundation for the what is it?
History node.
For a full history node, right? So it was around 25K, 24, 23, 5, whatever.
That's
K
brilliant.
XRP.
Yeah.
Yes, that we raised. So Jabzy did. He was selling xSHROOMS for XRP, and that XRP was specifically labeled like on the web page. You all helped him with the web page and all the something to integrate this. That that amount was then sent to Wietse, and to contribute back to the ledger.
Good for him.
Yes. I wanted to ask you about, because I saw that what's his, Matt Hamilton from Ripple was featuring your guys' avatar on Twitter. Tell me about how that came, because it seemed like it was endorsing it and sponsoring it, but certainly if it wasn't, it certainly called a lot of people's attention and helped a lot, right?
Yeah. So the thing is, I know that many people were, talking about this also back then, and probably, like speculating what's behind that. But matter of fact is, he just liked the art. He just liked the art and the artist behind it. That's it. He's not endorsing like any, like he wasn't never really endorsing anything. He was just, like happy to, join with any community that in his eyes was like, he likes the art, and that's it,
And you guys didn't ask him or to do this, right? He just
never, like basically never.
Jepsy pretty much made a profile picture for everyone on Ripple.
Yes.
And for Matt, I think he replied to one of his tweets and told him that he was gifting him the shroom, and he just, I guess he liked it, and he put it as his profile.
Fantastic.
He said like back then.
Advertisement.
Yeah, he said like back then, what was like when he changed the profile picture, I think he said, it's time for a new profile picture, whatever, he's becoming very old, and then he changed it, and that's it. Yeah, it's that. So yeah, I mean, the thing is with these shrooms that Jabs is doing, this minted and gifted shrooms, hashtag minted and gifted, is they are outside of the collection, so they are not included in the 10K collection that xSHROOMS is.
Right.
And later on, they will be minted and gifted then to the person that is, supposed to receive it.
Right.
And
that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
You want to tell us a little bit about the shrooms, where they come from, where the idea comes from, what's up with the art? Break down a little bit what's up with the bitten, the unbitten, and so forth, for everyone who doesn't know about it.
Yeah. So the thing is, like, Jabs is a huge fan of the Super Mario theme, and also like the Japanese culture.
Oh,
like
that
the
looked
Asian
familiar.
Culture.
Now you get it, right?
So he's a huge fan. Yeah, and he's also a huge fan of animes and like the manga stuff, especially because the mangas with the artists, he thinks like it's a huge thing, and like very nice art, and just kudos to the artists that doing these mangas. So this is where the Asian Japanese theme comes from, and but my like, because people think, is he doing shrooms, whatever, like is he taking psychedelics or whatever? He's not.
He's on acid.
It's certainly a question, right, that people have. So what do we say to that?
James is on acid.
It's definitely not a thing. Like I think he tried some back in college, I think.
But who didn't, right? Who didn't?
Oh yeah.
But you would be surprised. Like I think on a monthly basis, at least like 1 or 2, and then obviously they churn and drop off follows on Twitter from when I click on who they are. Those are like people selling true, like really psychedelics through their through their Twitter web page, and they kind of
we can sell you some shroom.
Yeah, they misunderstood probably like my profile picture. But it's funny.
I wonder if the junkies have had that.
Yeah, I mean,
trying to sell them some.
Yeah, like with the I mean, it's funny with the psychedelics and stuff like this, because like it's like with the people that there's like the saying that oh, that's LSD art or whatever, like people on psychedelics, when they do art, they kind of go like crazy and have like this insane arts, and pop stuff, and popping colors and everywhere. So
especially with the 3 eyes as well.
yeah. So this is with with the, like, he has like a whole DNA you know, with how these are structured and what the traits are and whatever. Like there's a list, and I think he also shared it on Twitter. Like there's common, mythics, legendaries. Like Monkey, do you know like what else? Like
there's a list of rarity levels.
So it starts with the bidden and unbidden, apparently, right? That's like the main divider. Is that it?
Yeah, those are like 50%. So like half are unbidden and the other half are bidden. And then you also have like poison, skeleton, monkey, alien, panda. And besides that, he has also created more than 100 customs by now with all these waiting for XLS20. He has had time to not only like polish the shrooms but also create very custom ones.
Yeah, he's really enjoying it.
Yeah, I think XLS20D being delayed this long has given these artists and projects time to get their project where they want it to be rather than rushed.
Yeah. So
if it come out, they'd want something. Well, we're not quite ready, and then people would start getting arsey. Why aren't you? I think it's good. It's giving them time because there's a lot of pressure on these people to get this done.
Definitely is. Like, I mean, the thing is, like we have dealt with, you know, a lot of people in the community, and I've seen this also on other discords and, you know, projects that, you know, people get harassed oftentimes for like there's the saying, like, you know, the utility meme. It's a whole meme, and people are absolutely on it right now, and it's funny. And there's the saying, like, you know, don't ask artists for utility because, you know, it's the art is the utility basically.
Exactly.
And everything else is like just, you know, people come up with so, like, I would say, you know, really, you know, they pull just everything out to just have something for the people, even though they let's say spam the ledger or whatever. Like they just bring something out so that they can say, oh, whatever, it's utility, you know, it has utility or it has potential utility. But I would say, like, guys, just stick with the art. And in your position, I think it might be better. There are a few people, there are a few projects who do like games and stuff like this, and kudos to them. But even they will tell you, like, it's a lot of effort, a lot of work, and a lot of money, you know, and that needs to be spent. So there's just expectation management. And I would say, like, there's just a few people that really have like a good idea and realistic idea what they really want besides art.
Right. I mean, there's also I'm sure there's a lot of people waiting on the sidelines right now, preparing their art for when the NFTs are launching, that do not have a Discord, that have not set up a site yet, that will only launch for the pure art NFT aspect. Right.
Yeah, and I would say that will be my position, that is art first, and then everything else after that is bonus. So for example, on Shrooms, you have the art, but you also have the strong community. You have maybe some in-game utility with like Serpcraft. We have our own gallery there, and we have a big presence there. And also other collaborations that we have done and we're going to do with other games and projects. But yeah, ultimately is art what matters the most, and beyond that, it's just a bonus.
I think you've got to, I look at it as you've got to like the community you're in, the art and the feel of it. I think that's an important part. The rest of it is just time.
Yeah.
You've got to be interested in the art and what's behind it all.
Yeah, I would say, like, personally, when we look, like, right now, you mentioned XLS20 and, you know, the broader scheme right now on the XRPL. And, you know, just recently, I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware, like, there's the huge chaos, like, right now with the 3D apes, and there have been, like, several other issues like with other projects in the past, and like it's a huge mess right now. And for me personally, like, and shout out to definitely Rippleton and Z for uncovering these and kind of raising attention to this. But for me personally, all this screams like we need X+20. We need X+20 because if we have that object standard on the XRPL, you don't need IOUs anymore. And in my opinion, this will kind of eliminate all, like, not all, but majority of the issues that we see right now. So I hope that right now we can get it fairly quickly soon.
So talking about the XLS20, right, which is our first standard, I think that's going to come out. There's no timeline as of right now. I just saw that Ripple, their position is they will be testing, right, and they will share with the community how the testing goes, and they will be the first ones to initiate the vote with a yes whenever they feel that it's ready. So I think, I've seen just this week there are no yes votes or no votes yet. So that's not really started yet.
So to say on that is, I think you see this also on the when you go on Ripple X, they have a Discord on their Twitter page. They have a Discord. I highly encourage to join this Discord because even if you are not a tech person developer, you kind of get good insights on what people are discussing, especially in the NFT space, side chains, whatever your interests are in. But I highly recommend to go there. It's also like moderated and admin by a lot of other people, like Bias Goose, York is also there, and
you're
many
talking
others.
About the XRP Ledger developers Discord, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm on that one.
Yeah, that's good. That's very good. And right now, it appears to be that with the 1.9 version of Ripple, there is kind of an issue that needs to be fixed before other people will update it on 1.9. So this is kind of why we see right now the delay. And once this is done, people will start updating to 1.9 and start testing it, and probably very quickly then giving their vote. But right now, nobody will, in my opinion, vote on it really, because it's kind of that obstacle in the way right now. It's probably even fixed maybe or not. I'm not really aware what's the position right now, but that's a consensus.
Yeah, but it is good to see Ripple like being serious about it. Like now it's up for voting. They also have the creator fund, 250 million. And I also listened to an interview, I think yesterday, by Brad Garlinghouse, and he was saying that NFTs are underhyped. So he believes in a much greater potential for this space.
Yes. So this is definitely very exciting because you kind of see with the money that they're putting on. You have the creator fund for artists, and you have the XRPL grant. This is directed to all developers or projects that are developing stuff on the XRPL, and you have like it's a huge funding pool basically, and so everyone with a real intent to bring value to the ledger will probably find a way to get some funding there. So it's pretty cool to see that they put the money where the mouth is, and so
All right, so maybe people want to hear about the tokenomics of the shrooms. What can you tell us?
Sure. So it is a total of 5,000 tokens, IOUs. Each NFT is half a token. So there's a total of 10,000 NFTs. 0.5 Shroom gives you one NFT once XLS20 is live. From those 5,000 tokens, half were airdrop. And the other half were distributed, like marketing, founder, and things like that. Also like events, giveaways. Beyond that, like I mentioned earlier, there is the DNA and how but maybe that goes a little bit outside the tokenomics, but that's basically it.
So and people can still pick up the IOUs, right now, if they want to get a shroom.
Yeah, correct.
What's the price right now? Just curious. Do we know?
The price right now is like
120
130 for like one token.
For 0.5, right? For one shroom.
For 0.5, that would be like 60 or 70 XRP for one NFT.
Got it.
Oh, I'm going to have to find 50 or 60 XRP in.
Scott, we're going to go jump in, right?
I'm going to have to,
grab a few. Who knows? Maybe you already won some and you didn't share with us.
Who knows? Maybe. No, I haven't won. No, I've not won any shroom. You're all right. So, did you want to talk about NFTs in general at all, or what they are and your views on them?
I think it's an interesting question. I was asking myself, okay, what is an NFT? A few days ago, I will say, and I will say that it is the art first, right? I think that's like the essential part, and then after that is like the optional part, or like the bonus part, and that will be the community, and that will be what I call reach, which is like how connected or how much engagement the project drives. There's also the story, how the project came together, the utility, if they have any, and then if they have any causes.
So what's so the art is the most important thing for you?
Yeah, the art is like essential. And the reason I put the other ones as optional is because I know there are like solo artists who only want to create art. They only want to create art. They don't care about community. They don't care about utility. They just focus on art. So that's why I think art is just the most essential part, and then everything else is just extra.
The art is what catches the eye first, right? It's what filters out the communities. One or the other likes more one, the other. And the artists themselves are artists because they may not be technically inclined, so to speak, right? They may not want to get into what developers do, and you know what I mean? Try and get into the coding and the metadata and all of that. And they just say, look, I want to do the art.
They're artists.
Right?
They're
artists.
They're just artists. So we're giving you a part of us.
And that is a huge thing for artists, actually, because we can, as artists, get the chance to get our art out there for a low cost, right? Especially on XRP for NFTs, and have also a royalty attached to the sales, right? And oftentimes artists suffer from getting the art ripped off, right? So it's a very great thing that artists can be, you know, independent and get the royalties paid to the art in a fair way. It's a great thing.
And I think the whole NFT space is a good platform for artists to get their art out there. They can get exposure for what they do and create.
Yeah, and it's not wasteful. Like just yesterday, we saw what happened with Other Side, the project on Ethereum, and it wasted like 100 million worth of Ethereum in interest, gas fees and stuff.
Gas fees, yeah.
So it's wasteful.
What was that one?
First of all, because it's obviously wasted crypto or money, and then to think of the mining that had to be done to get that, right?
Yes,
it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, many people like lost money or like overspent. Like everyone paid a different price basically, and and it was just very hectic.
Yeah, that's bad. What was that project? What art was that?
Is
Bored Ape.
Yeah, Bored Ape.
Oh right. Yeah. I've seen that today. Yeah, I've seen that. It's
Yeah, but it goes to show like how advanced the XRP Ledger is, especially for NFTs. Like there is the DEX, the decentralized exchange, so you don't have to rely on like OpenSea or like these centralized places. there's built-in royalties, so you're not gonna get like your royalties taken by these entities.
OpenSea and Rarible and all that taking a bit of your money out.
Yeah, there is also like anti-spam features, so you're not gonna get unwanted NFTs just airdrop to you, or like illegal stuff.
It is just so superior to anything we have on Ethereum, like with ERC 721 and everything else. Like it's just so much superior to it. Like it's no match. And not to mention the security. Like we have no smart contracts on the XRPL.
Yeah, it's like way less points of failure.
Yes, it's just very straightforward, basically. You don't need a contract to issue basically NFTs or whatever.
To issue, mint, buy, sell, or burn an NFT, as far as I know, which is excellent. It's kind of built into the NFT process itself without having to have it set up as a smart contract that you can interfere with, right?
Yes, and I mean, like we have seen, like with XLS20 right now, and the time that it needed to basically, that we come so far, until we come so far, basically with bringing it up for voting. I think the time is very well spent waiting, because in that time that we waited, basically in my opinion, the community got very well educated about to see the benefits of the XRPL, to see the benefits of XLS20. There are a lot of people that are very vocal and loud about it, and they are absolutely on the forefront of this. I would mention specifically York there. I know that there are many other people who are like even from projects like that are act in good faith and push the message there, and kind of want to bring this up. So even from the developer community, there's a lot of like people who are very interested in it, and even like as I mentioned, like Bias Goose, for example, he's like one of the admins on the Ripple X Discord, the XRPL Dev Discord. And when you ask him like which topic is the most talked about and very active, it's usually the NFT channel. So I think that says a lot.
There's a lot of interest, definitely, and people are waiting. There's one word here about XLS20D, a word of caution maybe, because we have a deprecated standard, which is XLS14D, right? And I think it was David Schwartz himself who was getting... Was it Wietze? I think someone got into a Twitter discussion with the guys from Sologenic, because they're promoting the 14D and they have a marketplace for the deprecated standard, right? So they were saying, guys, don't do this. Don't buy those.
Yeah, because it's not good for the ledger. Like you have to create a trust line for like every NFT, and it's very troublesome for creators and also for customers and people buying.
Yeah,
that's right.
It's a deprecated standard by the it's a hack. It's a hack, and it's deprecated. And it's a hack by precision. I mean, it's very, very bad. Like it's very like the idea is very nice, and kudos to Wietze at that point. But for a production, like object or standard, this is not the way to go. And of course he knew this, and this is why also he deprecated the standard and said like, please don't use it. And just quickly after, basically, or meanwhile, Sologenic were announcing that they will use this. And
are they earning on this when they sell this on their marketplace on the 14?
Yeah, I mean they like they're, it's not only the 14D thing, like they also like gatekeep with that you have to use Solo to mint. So you need Solo to mint the tokens. At the high of the Solo price, it was like basically for a 10K collection, you needed to spend 210K XRP.
Wow,
that's crazy.
10K,
that's crazy. And
so definitely not ready for mass deployment.
Definitely
it's the wrong thing to do, right? The wrong
thing. Exactly.
Yeah.
So this is definitely.
On that topic, I think that's where education comes to mind. Like recently, I was in a space with XNunks, and they talk a lot about the importance of educating the community, and And I agree with that. I think it's very important for the community to be well informed and to foster that in the culture of the community, for everyone to be very, very savvy about what XLS20 is, how the Sum wallet works, and like the basics of how the ledger works. Yeah, so I have been trying to, I just started like a few days ago, but I'm gonna start doing like a weekly tweet where with some of like the basics, some videos explaining the basics about XRP and the XRP Ledger, as well as the XLS20 standard.
Yeah, that is something that Scabo and I also want to do, because we understand that the space is growing and it's going to grow rapidly, and there's going to be so many people that have no idea about how any of this works. The basics. So we'll definitely be in on this and helping to educate the community that is growing, and it's going to grow rapidly in the coming months.
I mean,
years.
we'll share your links, Moonkey, on here. I mean, it's a big thing. We want it as like a go-to place for people starting out. How do I open up a Zoom wallet? How do I do this? What's the
so what I did
what's this? What's that?
What I did was I created a tweet with like all the basics that you have to do, and I have it pinned in my profile. You can repost it or retweet it. Like you can do whatever you want with it. You don't have to retweet me. You can just repost it on your profile. But those are like the best resources that I found on each of those topics.
Yeah. So yeah, excellent. Definitely for if I may to add here is definitely that when we talk briefly about Sologenic in that case, and like the ways to maybe not really do it. Personally, when we see like XS20 and what to look up for is for sure. In that case, personally, I'm looking for Clever Gallery, for example. It's a marketplace gallery that I'm looking personally very much for. It's going to be very inclusive. It's going to be by the community, for the community basically, and it does not have all these flaws basically. With gatekeeping, you pay an XRP, there is no token issued from the marketplace, and it's going to be very, very open and inclusive. So this is, I think, the way to go. And
that's the whole point, right? To have for people to use the native, so to speak, XRPL marketplaces to get the NFTs, buy, sell them, and so forth in absolute safety without someone skimming off the top.
Exactly, man.
You don't want to be worried about a second token when dealing with NFTs. Like, oh my god, the solar token or whatever token is like too high in price, so maybe I'll just wait.
It's too low, too high.
I think the other thing is, as this gets bigger, it needs to be simplistic for people to come in, and it needs to be simplistic for new people. It's a daunting thing when you first get into crypto or any kind of, how do I open up a wallet? Am I being scammed? Is this, what's this now? I've got to buy this to get that, to get this, to get that. I think simplicity is the best thing.
And this is like, one of I know that there are a lot of other marketplaces in build, and even like in-house, basically for people they build a marketplace just for their own project because they, just want to create a safe space, maybe for their community. It's all fine, all good. And I encourage that, and I encourage like, also like actors like Clever Gallery, because as you said, like it has to be very simplistic, and in that sense, all obstacles need to be removed, like a very low entry barrier. And all these other schemes that I have seen right now, marketplaces are supposed to run or plan to run, they do the opposite. It's like, a lot of gates, a lot of hurdles. Very difficult.
So as these things develop, I think we're going to find out about all these projects from marketplaces that are directly tied into the XRPL, right?
Yes.
You're going to be native with your buying and selling. You're just going to get maybe a different interface or a pre-selection of NFTs or a certain type or a certain seller or so forth and so forth. But maybe, let's wait and see those come to light once the XLS20D launches. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of them that are native,
2023,
right?
buddy. It's 2023.
Yeah, we'll see, right? How the voting goes. But
in 2 weeks, guys, in 2 weeks.
Oh no, 2023, buddy. You know that annoys people.
So what are you guys thinking? Anything else that you want to say to close this out for today?
I think it's good. Like if people want to learn more about shrooms, they can go to the Twitter page for shrooms, and they will find the Linktree for the website, the Discord. Other than that, I will encourage people perhaps to seek education on the XRP if they don't feel fully comfortable. Like what is XRP? What are the use cases for XRP? What is the XLS20 standard that is going to bring NFTs to a ledger? How does the ledger work? How is it different to, say, proof of stake or proof of work? And that will be really helpful in knowing like why you're on this ecosystem and why it is the future, basically.
That's right.
Thank you, buddy.
Scarborough, anything you want to add?
No, just like to say thank you to Vet and Moonkey for joining us.
Thanks for being here. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
telling us about your project.
And
Thanks for having us there.
Now you've got to join the Discord, buddy.
We'll post all the information below the video for you guys. Please join us on the Discord so we can talk about everything. You can ask questions, leave comments, and we'll be glad to answer the questions you have in the next videos. What's there to say? Shrooms to the moon, right?
Yeah, let's go.
Shrooms to the moon.
Shrooms to the moon.
Scarborough?
To the moon. To me.
Yes, to you.
To the moon. Cheers, Shrooms.
Take care, guys.
Take care, guys. Thanks a lot.